Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we will start now. Okay. Hi, James. Nice to meet you again.
Yes, me too. It was nice meeting you again.
So how are you?
Well, it's already fine. Actually, I'm on my school break as of this moment because our semester has already done, so I have nothing to do for now.
Oh, so you have free time now. That's good.
Yes.
So, first at all, like usual, I want to say thank you so much for willing to help me and my friend. As I want
Yes.
you to know that you have been a great help to us. As well, I'm very grateful that I meet you, that you can help us for our assignment. Thank you so much, James.
Yes, no problem.
Okay. So before we start, I will brief to you the purpose of our interview this time. So this is for our subject, that is pragmatics in intercultural communication, which is the assignments require us to do a fact check about aspect of culture from the other country, which I choose K-pop, since I think both of us are into K-pop. So I hope we can have a great time with the interview.
Yes.
Okay. So, but before we start with the interview, I want to ask you a quick question. How long have you been into K-pop, and which group that you stand now, right now?
Well, actually, I've been into K-pop way back 2015. So it was like 6 to 7 years that I've been into K-pop. And my ultimate groups are BTS and Treasure.
Oh, so you are army also.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, 5 to 6 years is a long time. Okay. Okay, so let us start with the very first question. Should I read? So the first question is, wait. Okay. When you start to get into K-pop, how the acceptance of your family, friends, or citizens there?
Well, as just like what I said earlier, I've been into K-pop way back 2015. Then during that time, the approach of the environment was not very good, especially how they see K-pop before, because they are not aware, or they do not have not much information about what K-pop is. Especially before, we all know that K-pop were very exaggerated. When they dress, they put too much accessories, they put too much makeups, and even the way they color their hair. So some other things that it is quite unusual to do it for a living. So my environment tend to stereotype or to judge um, what is K-pop is. But
Mm,
as time goes by, we learn how to accept, or we learn what is K-pop is. So that is why it is very wide here in the Philippines.
mm, I think it is same with Malaysia. Like I start to get into K-pop like when 2011. When the
Yes,
second
the second
generation,
generation.
yes, the second generation,
Yes.
and at that time, K-pop is not wide like nowadays. And so when there are still some Malaysia citizens, when we say like I like K-pop, they be like, oh my god, you K-pop sound, the react like
Yes,
that.
especially they were started to say like, you don't know the what song are you listening to? Do you understand it?
Oh
Things like that.
yes, same here in Malaysia. Like, do you even know what
Yes, we will.
meaning? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So proceed with the next question. Did you ever think once you get into K-pop, you have got many friends, and why do you think so? If yes, why do you
Well,
think so?
Well, at the first place, getting into K-pop involves me in wide variety of experiences. To be honest, at the first place, I just enjoy my fanboy moment just
Mm,
by myself and a small community of my friends in real life. But I never knew that engaging into stan tweet. I just
mhm.
recently discovered that when you join there, even international mutuals or local mutuals, you can really engage in, and so you can have a large audiences or large community to be
Mm,
within.
mm. Yes, same goes with me. But actually, I don't have many friends in real life. But when I get into social media like Twitter, Instagram, I made a
Yes.
lot of friends on social media, so we can share the same things, doing fangirl things
Yes.
on
It's
Twitter.
maybe it's all about the matter of choosing the right group, choosing the
Yeah.
right people, and choosing the right persons to be with. No? When you share the same interests, you can really get many friends.
So, in real life, for example, in your school, do you have many friends in your school that same get?
Well, K-pop friends in real life is not that really big, you know. I mean, I have, but
Yeah.
not that many as I have in my social life in internet.
Oh, okay. So next question. Have K-pop changed your personality? If yes, how do you notice that your personality has changed?
Well, especially K-pop contributes a lot on my well-being and it creates a big impact to my life. It different K-pop helps me see things differently on how I see things and how do I think things. They become inspiration and motivation for me to strive for a living, especially that if you get to know more about them, you will just know that they are just more than about idols who are singing and dancing, but there are
Mm,
people who are a lot to tell with you,
mm,
with their
mm,
experiences,
mm,
especially if you are a fan of survival shows
mm,
like Island, where
mm,
Enhypen came from.
mm,
There are stories a lot to tell, and they are
mm,
very inspiring from where they start from the beginning and how they big they are now. Um, like that YG Treasure Box, where Treasure came
mm,
from, and especially the very famous produced series. Like,
mm,
imagine you were just a normal student, then you try to reach your dreams. So they become sort of motivation so for me to do so.
mm. I'm like when you mentioned that K-pop give your motivating and inspiring because I feel so, especially like you just said when we watched this survival show, how they sacrifice their time, their school time
Yes.
just to achieve their dreams.
Like
Okay,
imagine we were on the same age. I
yeah,
mean when they were trainees they were like 16, 15. So
there's
so I can really relate to them.
yeah. Um, Also, James, do you ever think that when you are into K-pop that you have used your time wisely? Like for example, like me, when I get into K-pop, I think I use my time wisely. That I'm not feeling bored. Like people always say that I'm bored, I have nothing to do. But I think that when I get into K-pop, that I can watch like a variety of contents on YouTube, TikTok. Do you also think so?
Yes, of course. But most especially, I practiced that kind of attitude when I was young. But
Mm,
when I grew up, of course, I try to manage my time and
mm,
separate things that are important and not so important.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Next question. Usually people who are into K-pop will buy the album and all the merchandise, and some people say that there are waste things to spend your money on. So, what's your opinion regarding this?
With regards to that, All I say is it is never been bad to give yourself happiness or to spoil yourself from the things that you
Yes.
are doing. But all I can say is if buying merchandise is an hindrance or it gives you a problem with your
Mm,
financial status, then better get off with your nerves and with your minds. Of course,
mm,
still K-pop merchandise or album is still considered for me as a luxurious thing, and we
mm,
need to determine what are the things that we wanted or the things that are we needed. So
mm,
if you have extra money or you save more or
mm,
your parents give you extra money, then you can do so. But if you think that buying merchandise will just burden your financial problems, then I guess it is not the right thing to do.
yes, I'm agree with you. So I'm agree with you too. Yeah, I think if you have your own money, extra money, so it's it's okay for you to like give you something that give you happiness, bring you joy whenever you know when the package come, and then you open it. Ah, yes.
And
So,
some others says like it is like an investment
oh,
because of course when you buy it you can also sell it if you felt like you need money urgently, you know.
mm-mm. Because I'm also students, and I think students need more money, for to buy the study things. Um, so I also agree with you. Like if I do also think that merchandise album is like expensive because
Yes.
we have to use more money. By the way, do you also buy some albums or merchandise?
Yes, actually I started buying when I stand Treasure. So
Oh,
Treasure made me buy all the K-pop merchandise that I have. So maybe it was quite fun, but it is
mm,
really challenging because they had a lot of series since they debut. Like the chapter series was hard to
mm,
complete
mm,
because they have gone like two version each era, and I just
mm,
started to stan them during the My Treasure era. So the album that I
mm.
have is the Treasure Effect from versions blue, green, and orange, and some sort of photo cards of them.
Yes. Um, I think that you got the treasure effect.
Yes, I got the Treasure Effect.
Okay. Um, Next question. Who encouraged or influenced you to get into K-pop, and how he or she managed to get you into K-pop?
Actually, there's a story behind it. When I was on sixth grade, I was like 12 years old. We go to my classmates' house for a
Mm,
school project. Then, when we get there into their house, my classmate starts to flex his new laptop to us.
mm,
So when we, of course, it's a brand new laptop, so we get excited also with it. So when my friend started to allow us to borrow his laptop, my other friends started to sit on the chair and go to YouTube and
mm,
start to type BTS Boy in Love music video in YouTube. So that is the first K-pop music video um that I watch. So
mm,
basically I get into K-pop because of my friend's referral. My friends told me to try to stand them, try to get to know them.
mm. BTS in that era 2050, I really
Yes.
like them, like Boy in Love. What is
Actually, 2015 is like the I Need You era, um,
Oh,
the
yeah.
most beautiful moment in life. That
Yeah.
was their era, their golden age.
Their old songs, like I really enjoy to listen their old songs. Like
Yes.
Save Me. I really like to hear Save Me, Butterfly,
Yes,
uh
those things or those
Run.
songs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. For me, my cousins introduced to me the K-pop, and like she didn't tell me like you need to stand this group. No, I just like the first group that I know is Girls Generation, and then when she showed me the picture of Girls Generation, when I back at home, I I search it. I search it on YouTube, and then when I heard your song, you know the feel when you listen to it and you say like, oh, this is so good, and then later on you addicted with it.
Yes, actually, I get to into K-pop ever since second generation. Like groups like To Anyone. If you're familiar with To Anyone, you
Yeah.
know the member Sandara Park. Uh,
Yeah. Yes, I
she
know.
started already his career here in the Philippines. That is why when Filipinos I mean, Sandara Park is already an artist here in the Philippines before she auditioned in YG Entertainment. That is
Oh.
why when Filipinos knew that Sandara Park is debuting with girl group in YG, Filipinos get excited and their song Fire. I
Oh
mean,
yes.
like the song that to anyone.
You
I
want.
mean, all of Filipino houses were playing that song and the kids on the street were dancing it. So I am part of them, but I can say that I'm not really part of it because I'm still a child and I
Oh yeah.
really don't know what really going on. I just had realized when I was growing up.
So it means that Sandara Park is from Philippines?
Yes, actually,
Oh,
I mean, Sandara Park is a full-blooded Korean, but she started her career here in the Philippines
in
as an actress
Philippines.
and singer because her family had a business here in the Philippines. That is why she take this chance to audition in famous survival show here in the Philippines, Star Circle Cast, wherein all Filipino aspiring artists were auditioned and tested. So they had the chance to showcase their talent and be an artist here in the Philippines. Actually, Sandara Park releases some of her Filipino songs already before she became in Korea. Yes,
Oh, she
actually,
has Filipino song. Oh,
yes,
I
you
will
can
search
search on YouTube In or Out by Sandara
in
Park.
or out by Sandara Park. Okay.
um, it was a song by Sandara Park that is in Filipino.
Oh, new information that I never knew that Sandara. Yeah, that's new for us to know.
She
Even
is
I.
an actress here in the Philippines and singer
Wow.
before she auditioned on YG.
Hmm, okay. Okay, so proceed to the next question, Papa.
Okay. So I will proceed to the next question. Um, People always describe people that love K-pop obsessed with it. So can you tell us how do you think about it?
Well, actually, I am not so new here in K-pop industry, and I know there are different levels of obsession that is happening even up to these days. If you're familiar with the term delusional or delulu fans,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes, I.
mean, and the very famous example of it is Ollie London, if you
Oh
know him.
yes.
Yes, the
Yeah.
one who who undergo a plastic surgery just to look like Park Jimin of
Jimin.
BTS. And
Mm-hmm.
and aside from delusional fans, we also had Sasengs.
Oh yes, I
Yes,
think.
the one who invaded like they try to invade someone's privacy just for them to know what is the private lives
Mm-hmm.
of their idols. And if you're familiar with a treasure map episode
Mm-hmm. Oh
wherein they go in Jeju
yeah.
Island and some sasaengs
Yes.
book also a flight to Jeju Island and follow treasure, and the airport crowd was very
Yeah.
sick, and it is something that very bad.
Yeah. I also watched the episode and I'm with my sister like Oh my god, Sesang fans was too much. They were too much. Like
Yes,
you follow them to the island, right? They
yes. They, I guess they rented a private
oh
ship
yeah,
or yacht.
just to watch
But
their
Oh,
yes, but when it comes to my obsession, because the question were like if you are
mm-hmm.
obsessed of it,
Yeah.
um, I must say that yes, I am obsessed, but in different way on
Oh,
how they see obsession. I
mm,
always get excited, I always get fun, and I always wanted to get updated with them, especially when they post something on Twitter. I wanted to see it right after. If they had a comeback, I make sure that I participate and such.
mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm obsessed, but in a good way.
Yeah. I think that
I
kind of
think
obsess is in a good way. I think there are more there. I think
Yes.
obsess is for the say song something like that.
mm, I think where K-popers, if K-popers lovers ni, their friends like a strong, they have a strong connection, right? With them,
Yes.
like
All about
they always
money.
listen to their music. Yes. So I will proceed to the next question. Again, how famous is K-pop in your country? And if you go to anywhere, will you find someone that also love K-pop or maybe advertisement using K-pop? And if yes, can you tell us about your experience?
Well, um, actually, I prepared some merchandise here. So,
Oh,
first, I have this
oh my God,
Pepsi. It's a
Blackpink.
collaboration with Blackpink. Pepsi is a
Oh,
famous soda drink here in the Philippines, and it is the bottle of the cover. I just get the cover and just throw the bottle, and I keep it. So here's one of the example. Here is Jisoo
Yes, Jisoo.
and the very famous BTS meal.
Oh
The BTS
yes,
meal
we
also
also
got
have this
here.
in Malaysia.
Yes. The BTS meal also got here in the Philippines. So this is from a cup of the BTS meal. I just cut it to look like a photo
So nice.
card. So, but when you were asking about a local
you,
brand here in the Philippines
Mm-hmm.
that had already collaborated with a K-pop group,
but
so I have here
who?
a Smart, a collaboration with
A
BTS.
smart. What is a
Is
smart?
Smart is a brand of our network. I mean,
Oh,
like when you
network.
call and text,
Or the
this
internet. So
yes, the internet service.
oh,
Smart is one of them, and they have collaborated with
what's that?
BTS. It is a local brand here in the Philippines, and I had their paper bag. I got
Oh,
Suga.
see. Is Suga
Actually,
is your bias?
no, just I mean the teller of
Oh, they give
the
random.
customer service just randomly give
Mm.
paper bags with random members. Actually, this comes with photo cards, but
Was
it
it?
was an event. Like
Oh,
if you get 500 points of load, you can
oh,
present it and you can redeem your OT7 BTS photo cards. But I never got the chance to get it because it was really quite expensive.
yeah. I know how it works. If you want the photo card, then so you have to
Yes.
spend money more.
Yes. But in terms of influence in music, when you go to some of the malls, especially it all started when the hit of BTS comes
Mm-hmm.
here during the Butter and
Oh,
Dynamite and
my
Permission to
God.
Dance era.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to malls, I was like, oh my god, they were playing BTS song and
Mm,
it is in their English. So maybe the fact that the song was in English, that the
yeah.
BTS created, it been played in the malls and some of the restaurants here.
Mm. So K-pop, especially BTS, used widely in the advertisement. When you go to mall, they
Yes.
play the song. So, yeah, K-pop is worldwide now. So,
Yes. Actually, especially in makeup products and skincare,
oh yes, skincare.
yes, they are available here with their
Yes.
collaboration.
Mm. So, by the way, James, how do you cut the Pepsi Blackpink? You know, it is come from the
In here
bottle
in
and
Malaysia.
Yes. Actually,
you
I just get,
do it like card the card like
yeah.
how you cut it.
Actually, I have a uh what do I call this? A piece of cardboard
Oh,
that is same
cardboard.
size, that is had the same size with a photo card. Then I
Oh,
just get the paper from the bottle and I fold
uh,
it like this. It is the
oh,
back of the 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 picture, and I just made
uh,
Jisoo in front of it, and it looks like a photo card after all.
yes, yes. It is so creative for you to do that. Oh
Yes,
my
because I need to keep it, you know.
god.
Even
Yes, it's expensive, you
like
know.
if every single details that they had in the bottle, I keep it just for
Mm.
this, just for them.
I think if Blackpink will do the collaboration with Pepsi, I will do like you, cut it and put it for photo card. So it will look like photo
Yes.
card. Okay, so
Yes.
okay, next question.
Okay. Do you ever face any impact or conflict for being K-popers in your culture? And if yes, can you tell us about how is this and how you overcome it?
Well, as a K-popper, it was very challenging. It all started
Mm-mm.
from the people that surrounds you up until
Mm-mm.
internal factors that affect you.
Yes.
Like for example, when socializing, you know,
Mm-mm.
we must understand that not everyone in the circle of friends know what K-pop
Yes.
is. So
Mm-mm.
there are chances that you felt like you are out of place because the topic that you wanted to share with them, they can't get
Mm-mm.
along because they don't know it. Besides, when they start teasing you, or maybe make fun, because
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I've experienced that K-pop was used a subject for them to make fun of, but it was really nonsense after
oh,
all.
Mm-mm.
Yes, but you know, it is like immature things, you know. But
mm, mm,
but
Mm-mm.
when I grew up and started large community, I have never experienced it at all.
mm. So when you face when your like friends make fun about K-pop, so you just ignore it.
Yes, actually, yes, I just ignore it
You
because
just ignore it.
um after all, it was just really nonsense thing. And for me,
Mm,
it was not that um big deal as long as I know how to deal with
oh,
with the situation.
yes, I'm agree with you too.
Okay, so what is your opinion regarding of people being K-popers and how do you view yourself as a K-popers lover?
Um, I see myself at this moment. I see myself as a K-pop fan who is dedicated,
Mm,
because I've never knew that engaging into K-pop has a lot of responsibility and work, especially when it comes to votings, streamings, and
mm,
even donation drives. The eagerness or the feeling that you wanted to give back to your idols, like
mm,
winning on music music shows,
yeah,
giving them awards, because after all, um, the fans had a major contribution from what K-pop idols come true.
yes.
Okay, so the last question. If you are given opportunities to change K-pop culture in your country, what the things that you want to change?
Well, if in it terms of other people, maybe the thing that I wanted to change is their mindset.
Mm.
At least they need to be aware of from what they are saying, what they are talking about. But after all, I do not see that the negative side of it. I just focus on the things that
Mm.
I'm sorry, the things that is
So,
really good, the things that is really good from me
Mhm.
and for the community of the K-pop.
um, I think it's
Yes.
okay
I
as long as you are happy, right?
Yes. It doesn't
yeah.
matter after all. You stand them because you love them, not because
Mm-mm.
others say it, not because others
Mm-mm.
told you to.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
for your own sanity and your own happiness.
Mhm.
Yes, that's right.
I'm also, if I have a chance to change in my country, I also want them to change the mindset. But when I grow up, I think it doesn't matter lah if they want to think K-pop, what it's about K-pop. We just focus on what we like because it's
Yes.
not wrong.
Yes, and even immature mindsets like they think that when you stand K-pop,
Mm-hmm.
other thinks that you disregard your own culture or you don't love your own music. People
Mm-mm.
things like that. They will start saying that, oh, you love K-pop, it means you don't love your own music. I mean, it is very nonsense and it is not that. I mean,
Mm-mm.
it's
Yes, I'm
very
agree with you. Mm. So I think that's all for our fact check interview. Thank you so much, James, for sharing us for answer our questions, and also you give
We
us
share
like
a lot of
information.
information. Yes.
Yes, we have fun doing this interview with you. So okay, that's all I think. So thank you so much, James. Thank you so
Thank you,
much for
James.
willing to have us again.
yes.
So much.
That's no
Okay.
problem. I
We
am
really
also
appreciate
thankful
you.
with you.
Yes, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so bye. Yeah,